Welcome back to Flexline Media coverage of the 2020 Christchurch Disc Golf League Women's Finals, sponsored by NZDSS. I'm Chris Hoopmann.
And I'm Stephanie Strydom.
It's been a great battle between you and Lorraine.
Yeah, she's really challenging me. She's not giving an inch. It's going to be an exciting finish.
You see here Lorraine edging ahead for the final round at -1, but you're both tied up overall for the final on +3, so yeah, it is quite exciting. How do you find the back nine compared with front nine?
The back nine is definitely trickier. There's a lot more trouble you can get into, and I feel like there's a bit less left-hand shots available.
Yeah, it should be really exciting to watch as we head into hole 10. It's par 3, 72 metres, substantially longer than the standard hole at Jelly Park. Just got to go around, there's trees on the right-hand side.
Yep. So for Lorraine, it's pretty tricky because she has to turn over something or forehand it. For me, I've got to watch that I don't slide into OB with the fade.
Lorraine just not getting the disc high enough, just throwing straight into that hill, which is quite a common mistake to make on this hole.
It is, and it's safe. You're through the Mando, opens up your next shot.
Looks like you're aiming fairly far up to the left. Perfect shot.
Yeah, see, this is what I'm worried about though, the trickle down in that path's OB.
Yeah.
But that's safe, so I'm happy with that.
Lorraine, still a fairly challenging upshot with the low branches on the trees, but she...
Makes it look easy.
Beautiful skip off the grass.
Really great shot.
Fantastic.
So here I'm contending with a few trees. I'm still trying to decide which way around to go. I decide to pitch up.
Yep.
Gives me a bit of a roll.
Oh, unlucky chain out.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was a little bit left. You know, it could have been better aimed, but it is what it is.
Unlucky start to your back nine. See if Lorraine can get the par.
Yep.
Nice. And pretty easy drop into the bogey.
Drop in the bogey.
Hole 11, par 3, 95 metres. It's quite substantially trickier than the standard hole 11. Got the alternative tee. Just really draws out that gap until you hit the trees.
Yes, it does. For the left-hand shot, it's also a little bit more pinched. But we'll see what I can do here.
Got Lorraine on the tee first. She'll hopefully just be aiming for that main gap. And that's not too bad at all. Looks like just drifting into the front of the opening.
Yep.
She'll have a great look for her approach. What is your play here? Is a bit of a turnover?
So a flippy disc, yep. I'm aiming for the gap, but it'll probably turn before then, as you can see. A little bit low and hit the ground a bit early.
What disc are you throwing for that one?
So that's my river, but it's an Opto Air, really light one.
Mm-hmm.
And an unfortunate branch. Oh.
Yeah. This one has a lot of low hanging branches that you can easily miss and just get caught up in.
Some ghost branches you don't even see.
Well, not sure if Lorraine saw that tree or not, but she hit it.
At least you can laugh about it.
Yeah. And great approach there, just sliding up to the basket.
Oh, it looks like a half run.
Yeah, just hitting the bottom of the cage. Almost made it. A couple of putts here. Unfortunately, getting your second bogey, not a great way to start the back nine.
No. Putting the pressure on myself now.
Yeah. But as you said, it's definitely more challenging for you than the front nine. But Lorraine also getting the bogey, so difficult hole for both of you. Hole 12, par 3 over the water, 56 metres. I mean, not particularly challenging apart from just the pressure of the water.
Yeah, and it does put pressure on you. A shot that you would normally make pretty easily, you tend to second think it and go, oh, I'm not sure.
Yeah, and Lorraine just drifting to the left a little bit. Might have a look. The branch of that tree always makes it a bit tough from that side.
Yes, it does, yeah. So the wind's played with that a little bit,
touch.
but it's a little bit low and lands up caught in those bushes.
Loren's got this branch to contend with, but
Yeah.
just decides to lay it up,
Just
which
lay it
is
up.
fair,
Ooh.
and almost goes over there.
That footing's really tricky over there.
It seems like you've got a look here.
I do, and I just can't get the momentum behind me on that hill.
Yeah, it's such a tricky part when you're down that hill. A couple of pars, and can't complain about that.
Yep.
Nice work. Hole 13, par 3, 54 metres, and obviously we're playing the lead course, which means mandatory through the middle gap. Probably slightly favours you with the left hand. You can push it through and then it'll just hyzer out to the open.
Yes, I suppose so. It's still pretty tricky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tricky for everyone,
It's
I
tricky
think.
for everyone, I think.
Yeah. Oh, Loren hitting the
that
first tree, but fortunately just doesn't pass the Mando, so she'll be able to play just from where she lies, and you've used the ground quite well.
Yeah. It's a bit lower than it's supposed to be, but it's through the initial gap, so I'm happy with that.
And this is a great semi-scramble
Yeah.
from Loren.
Yeah, it is.
So she'll have a good look there. Bit of a bid from you.
Oh, yeah, I suppose half run.
Yeah. Great putt from Loren to save her par. Putting with those Yeti Pro AVRs. Seems to be working well for her. And 2 pars for the card, which
Yep.
is a pretty good result, I would have to say. Hole 14, par 3, 71 metres. It's a blind tee shot, which is a little bit scary, but you've also got the slightly different OB with the road, and anything beyond the path on the right is OB.
Yes, this is probably one of the trickiest holes for me on the league or the normal course. It's not easy with the trees to get a turnover shot out that clears everything. You see Loren just hosering in a little bit early, but she should be able to get up and down from there.
Just missing those trees.
Yeah.
And cresting the hill and just falling.
Just leaking down a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, which makes this approach a little bit tricky with the OB behind the basket.
It's almost another blind shot.
Yeah, it is pretty much.
Yeah.
And I just put a little bit too much juice on it.
Yeah, I think you're safe there.
I was really worried about that.
And it's a pretty forgiving green if you're close to the OB, because you do get that extra metre closer to the basket, so it's quite friendly.
It is. And so after some deliberation, I am safe.
And just a couple of tap-ins for par.
Yeah, and I'm pretty happy with par on this hole.
Yep. Hole 15, another par 3, 80 metres. Just got that kind of funnel towards the basket with OB either side, which makes it a little bit treacherous. Just got to keep it as straight as possible and land down in that point.
Yeah, the wind also tends to funnel through on this hole, so you quite often have a headwind or a crosswind coming through that you can't necessarily feel on the tee.
Loren's thrown a great throw with her Mamba, I believe. Just caught up on a tree, but she's in a great spot.
Yep, she's safe and she's most of the way down there.
So I'm supposing you'll be pushing yours out to the left and relying on the hyzer to come back?
Yes, I am. So very wide left and flirting with the OB, but I know that disc has a lot of skip.
Yeah, I think you just came off just the tiniest bit of bitumen, just gave you that extra skip, and you just managed to hyzer back in, which is a great result. Looks like Loren, oh no, out of bounds.
And that is such a common mistake with your upshot. And I decided I'm not going to try that.
Safe.
I'll just lay it up.
Ran, unfortunately, the out of bounds bogey, and you get your simple drop in for the par. So taking a stroke on Loren there, back to even.
Yep.
Hole 16, the biggest of the league course, par 4, 135 metres. Quite a treacherous hole. How do you face this one?
So I'm just looking to get it out in the open. Bite off as much distance as you can without flirting with any OB. Usually sets you up with a couple of options for your upshot. I have yet to get this one in 3. I've yet to birdie it. I do think I can birdie it, but it hasn't happened yet, so I'm playing it for a 4.
Yeah. I think it's that middle row of trees that definitely come into play the most.
Exactly, yeah.
Both very serviceable tee shots, just out in the open.
Yes.
Ooh. Ah.
Caught the tree. Just a little bit too close.
So here we have Loren. She was holding her Mako 3, but I think she might be reaching into her bag and grabbing her rock, so possibly just a touch more overstable.
Yeah.
Going for the right hand gap, using the hyzer. And that was pretty good.
That's a pretty good upshot, yeah. Takes some guts to carry it over all that OB and bring it back in.
With the sloping green, you really have to watch your speed as well.
Yeah.
You're just curling onto the stones there, which are safe.
Yep.
Going onto your knee.
Going onto the knee.
Your putt.
That downhill putt, it's just a lot easier if you're level with the basket.
And it works really well. Nice work.
Oh, I get to see the slow-mo. Yeah. I was concentrating.
Great catch on the basket.
Yeah. Yeah, with the slope on the green as well, if you miss that putt, it's rolling.
It's gone.
Yeah.
Loren with a similar putt, just going from the regular stance. And unfortunately,
just a little bit to the right.
Missing to the right. Doesn't look like she really fully extended through that putt, unfortunately. She makes the comebacker.
Yep. Makes good on it.
Yep. Coming away with the bogey 5, unfortunately. Hole 17, par 3, 60 metres. It's just down the other side of this slope. You must be looking at this and absolutely loving it.
I love this hole. Yeah, it's a really great hyzer for me, and yeah, I'm pretty upset if I don't get down there.
Did you birdie on the first round?
I think so.
Yeah. Probably be really wanting this, especially with the scores as they are, just to.
Yeah.
And that is pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty decent. I'm happy with that.
Were you following the scores at this stage?
No. Oh. On the previous hole, Louis had told me it's really close and to just keep playing my game.
And I think that might be really close as well.
Yeah, that's...
You see Jamie, the league director, making the call.
Yeah, that's out. Sorry, Mark.
Alright, do you want to do now? Oh.
Unfortunately, it's OB by the slightest margin, so Loren has to lay up from there, and it's probably going to possibly take her out of the running at this stage with one hole to go.
Yeah, it's a really, really hard break this close to the end of the round.
And with you getting the birdie, taking the stroke, tough going, Loren. But she'll tap in for her bogey, you would hope.
Yeah.
So tough break on that one for Loren. But heading into hole 18, par 3, 53 metres, just the standard hole at Jelly Park, and it's a great way to finish.
It is. It's actually not the easiest hole for me. I'm still figuring this one out, but it's a great finishing hole.
And on the day we had the gallery all watching from down by the green, so...
Some lovely added pressure.
Exactly. You see you here very...
just a little bit
shot.
low.
Yep.
Yeah, going straight for the basket.
Yep. Perfect angle. Loren, quite similar.
Yeah.
Perfect angle. Just doesn't... skips up a bit.
She slides up.
Yep. Are you going for this one? Trying to make a big finish or just playing it safe?
Half run. Safe is better. Being in putting distance is better than running something you don't think you can make and landing up with an unmakeable putt.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Loren,
I think the wind just got under that putt, pushed her disc off a bit.
And there's her final putt for par, finishing on +7 for the day. And you're also getting the par. Congratulations, finishing on +4, taking the 3-stroke lead over Loren.
Yeah, it was a really tough round, and at no point did I think I was going to get this easily. So it was really exciting.
It's not the toughest putt to claim the win, but I'm sure it still feels pretty good.
It does feel good. Final putt for the round. I'm happy with that.
And here we'll take a look at the final scorecard, with Steph finishing on +4. There's a couple of bogeys in the middle, but the birdie at the end, nice finish. And Loren on +7. Bit of a topsy-turvy round. Got the 3 birdies, but a few bogeys in there as well, just dropping behind unfortunately at the end. So good to have this opportunity to see yourself and Loren represent the women's group.
Yeah, we're really enjoying it, and we're hoping to see a lot of new faces next year for the league round.
Fantastic, looking forward to that as well. Well, we'll leave you with Jamie and the prize giving from the day, but thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
See you, everyone.
Thanks very much for coming down and supporting the ladies in their final today. It was a very, very tough battle, pretty much a seesaw all the way through, and it literally came down to the final 2 holes to decide who was walking away. So round 1 we saw Steph take in a 1-shot lead heading into the break, and a very, very tight battle, as I say, on the lead course to determine who is going to be this year's champ. Before I announce the 2020 Christchurch Disc Golf League champion, I just want everybody to give a round of applause to these amazing golfers, consistently playing all the way, true ambassadors to the females game, so thank you. So as I say, it came down to the final 2 holes where a very unlucky narrow pull for an OB meant that this year's 2020 Christchurch Women's Disc Golf Champion, Stephanie.
Loren's pretty much been the only person I can look up to, but she's given me a really, really good run, and I had no idea which way it was going. No, I had no idea.